What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Sunday. Talked to some of you a little bit earlier, had a live video about one of these safeties we're about to talk to. No surprising news, but you can go check that out, talk about some of the things, what the PUP list means, all those little details you need to know. But this is not a live video. This is finishing up the training camp preview, going through the positional breakdown. Each position is out there: offense, defense, special teams. Wrapping it up here with safety. Tomorrow, I will have my projected 50. Oh, no. Training camp battles tomorrow. Projected 53 on Tuesday. So we'll get through this. Wednesday, first practice, 9:30. Nick Sirianni press conference. 10 o'clock practice starts. I'll be working, but once I get off, we will break down everything that went down. But I hope you're all having a great day. You guys have any thoughts, any questions, anything like that, leave it down below. Appreciate you all hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing this stuff. But let's jump right into this bad boy. As I had mentioned, talked to some of you earlier, Sidney Brown will be placed on the PUP list. He can come off of that during training camp, but if he is not, he will miss at least the first 4 weeks. And during the regular season, he would not count against the 53 if he were on the PUP list, but he will count against the 90-man off-season roster. So just keep that in mind. You can go check out that video from earlier if you would like. But let's talk about this safety position and some of the things I mentioned in that show and have been mentioning for a while. This safety position, it has a bunch of question marks, and rightfully so. Let's talk about what the Eagles have done this offseason with the additions, who they've lost, and trading for Kevin Byard, a little bit questionable last year, older player, but it was a one-year rental to try to make things work. Didn't. So he goes to Chicago. Justin Evans, still a free agent, a lot of injury history. So hopefully he, figures that out for himself. But look, we added CJ Gardner-Johnson back. That is huge. Love that. And then Andre Sam, the versatile defensive back out of LSU, undrafted free agent this year. So you get rid of two, replace two. Now, there are some corners, there are some players that we talked about during that corner show that can help you as a safety. So we'll keep them in mind as well. We'll talk about that. But looking at what you have, who the guys listed at safety are, and rightfully so, people are freaking out. Oh, we got to add this, we got to do that. And one thing I've mentioned is Justin Simmons. Now that it's later in free agency, he hasn't been signed. Maybe his price comes down. He wants to win a ring. He comes and signs with the Eagles. I'm all about it. But looking at this room, you see why. So if Sidney Brown's not ready, look at your depth. Very inexperienced here with Gardner, McCollum, and Sam. And look, I like those kids, promising, but not so sure. Now, if you would add a Justin Simmons, he and Gardner-Johnson starting, maybe Blankenship comes in, you have Gardner-Johnson prowling around. You could do the same with Brown when he comes back. But you remember Gardner-Johnson led the league with 6 interceptions when we had him, and he missed 5 games. So he's a ball hawk. We know what this dude is all about. Getting someone to pair with him would be nice. I like Blankenship, but God forbid, again, anything were to happen in our 3rd-round pick from last year, Sidney Brown, we don't know if he will be ready. But love this dude, and I think Sidney Brown has got a very bright future here with the Eagles. I just don't know his health right now, and man, still very inexperienced, has some developing to do here. But, we talk about guys like Avonte Maddox. You talk about James Bradbury getting a little bit older, dabbling a little bit at safety. And a lot of times in Vic Fangio's defense here, you have to be a versatile defensive back. And, some of these guys are going to be asked to do that this offseason. Now, we drafted somebody who's a very versatile defensive back, and that is Cooper DeJean. Now, getting work at corner because, dude, he's great outside. He's great inside, but he can help you at safety as well. So you do have depth further than, what we're talking about here. In those other guys that can help you, Goodrich, Hall, they'll be trying all kinds of people, out at defensive back, because in this Vic Fangio defense, I'll post that video down below, pin it in the comments. You can check that out, but you got to be versatile, and we've got some defensive backs that can do that. But we're just looking at the guys that are listed at safety. You can go check out that cornerback show from yesterday and look at the 14 guys we talked about. We got 6 here we're talking about today. So that's 20 total defensive backs, and a lot going on here. So on the depth chart, when you're looking at it, Gardner-Johnson, Blankenship, they could be your, starters here. Sidney Brown hurt, though. So McCollum, Sam, Garner, and again, yes, Cooper DeJean, Maddox, James Bradbury, even before he got hurt in OTAs, was giving it a shot. So they're going to be trying people out at this safety position. and we're going to find a way regardless. So you don't have to sign Justin Simmons, and maybe they want to trade for somebody. We have close to $25 million in cap space. So as I've been telling you, if they want to sign somebody, trade for somebody, they can do that. Maybe they want to take a look in training camp at some of these young guys first, some of this cross training with some of these corners, see how that goes, and then they go from there. Maybe make a trade, maybe sign Justin Simmons, whatever they want to do. Well, we know the safety position is important in these parts. And look, man, I'm excited about this team either way. I still think we're, Super Bowl bound with this roster we have. But if you want to ensure that and you want to sign someone like Justin Simmons, 1-year deal, you've got the cap to do it. Why the hell not? But I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. How do you feel about the safety room? Would you look to add someone? Would you trade for someone? Who would you trade for? Whatever is on your mind, I would love to hear from you. And again, every single position is out now. So go check it out. We break down all of them the same way. Look at who was added, lost, the current position, the depth chart, all that great stuff. But again, tomorrow I will put out my top battles from this whole series we talked about. And I try to do top 10, but it usually turns out like 20, 30. So we'll see. But a lot of great battles. We'll be breaking down each and every one of them. Then on Tuesday, I will give you my projected 53. And they will be arriving on Tuesday. No practice, so that's why. But Wednesday, they will have practice. Again, Nick Sirianni, 9:30. He will have his training camp, starting us off with the press conference. And then 10 o'clock, we have practice. And I'll be working, and it might be a long one. So whenever I get home, I'll take as many notes and things I can find. And I'll try to pay attention as much as I can on my lunch break. But I'll give you all the information. We'll talk about the overreactions. We'll see what we, liked, didn't like. Whatever is going on, we will be discussing it throughout this week. I hope you enjoyed this training camp preview, the positional breakdown of each position here. And again, if you haven't checked them out, you guys are itching for a little bit of Eagles football, go check them out. Would love to hear from you. But yeah, we'll get through that stuff. Training camp, man. We're 47 days away from week 1, baby. Game 1. Not anybody else's game, our game on Friday. So it's going to be so weird. Friday Night Lights. But let's go either way. 47 days away. Hope to hear from you down below, though. If not, hope to hear from you soon. If you need anything, whether it be about the Eagles, anything else in life, you can always reach out. You guys are always here for me. So I tried to do the same. But if you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys sharing this stuff, subscribing to the channel. All of the support truly means the world. Have yourselves a great rest of your Sunday. I will talk to you next week. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!